Welcome back to Main Station. So, in this video, of course, as you might have noticed by the title, well, we'll be looking at USMJ, the US Mariana sector, and well, I filtered out these tickers which I found to be the best case for trading, at least in my opinion. Some very nice patterns, I think. I've listed them from my most liked to least, and whether or not we are too extended. And as you might noticed, by Canadian MJ sector, we are quite extended, and we've seen a very nice run on most of these stocks. And I'll be talking about this, I think, sometime either this weekend or in early next week. I'll also will be attending a full-time job next week, so I might have a lot of stuff to do, and I don't know how I will manage YouTube while doing this, but I think I will find a way, and I want to find a way, definitely. So, well, anyway, to get things started, well, this is CNNX, Canex Capital Holdings, and I mentioned this in my latest video. Well, we had seen a very nice clear symmetrical triangle, and it has broken bullish. We are now, or at least the line of resistance on the top has been broken bullish, and that with a very nice volume and quite clearly. Also our 200-day moving average, which has it doesn't have much history, so you shouldn't take it too serious, but it still has broken and it has moved above it and actually retested very nicely. So we also are seeing increasing bull volume. So CNNX is, in my opinion, the most bullish and the most favorable for trading purposes, in my opinion, of all of these 5 stocks. So, well, we are now just at the high. If we activate our pivots of $1, you can see it very nicely. And well, this has been, as you see, our previous high, and I will looking definitely to break this in the start of our next week, of our next trading week. So where would we go? Well, in my opinion, definitely we'll break this high and this high in the near future, maybe also on the first day. And if we see very nice volume, then we can also take out this high of 101.13. This would be over 10% gains, so not too unlikely, since our last move has been 5%. What could also be a possibility is that we pull back from here and create another higher low compared to this right here of 0.895. And then see follow through. But in my opinion, we will definitely see follow through to the upside and see this ascending triangle finally break bullish by creating higher highs and higher lows. So this is very nice, and if you want to enter, well, I think in my opinion you can do it actually anytime. Of course, this is not financial advice, and I would only advise you to learn this stuff by using paper trading on TradingView. I actually haven't been trading anything in the last 2 weeks. Why? Well, I've been quite busy with other stuff and didn't really have the mind for it. So, well, anyway, I hope I get back to it sometime. And while I will attend, or since I will attend a full-time job from next week, and I'll be doing this hopefully for at least a year, and most likely for 2 years. So I'm quite excited about it. But well, obviously I will have less time, and since I can't look at tickers all day, so I will have to most likely do some swing trading and find entry points on the daily and on the weekly, which I will also then exit by viewing these daily and weekly points. So Anyway, if you want to enter, well, in my opinion, you can do it actually anytime. We aren't to extend on the RSI. Most likely we will reach above 70 if this continues to be very bullish, which in my opinion it will. And well, $1 is a very nice entry point in my opinion. And just around these highs, if these break, well, you can see which next points of resistance will be incoming. Of course, 113, 121, and 114, and maybe also this high will be significant. I'm not too sure of it yet, but still very clear points of resistance, and in my opinion, an ideal stock for a swing trading position. Very much room to the upside. Actually, quite low. You can look at it as a penny stock. I don't know how well it's traded on the exchanges, but this is CSE, and maybe I will actually look for a position with real money and trade this with my own savings. But I don't know about this yet, and most likely I won't, since I'm looking at crypto for my trading in the near future, or for my trading with real money in the near future. But I definitely would like to trade this with my paper trading account right here. So, well, going forward with Harvest Health. Well, also very nice movement. I've talked about it also in my latest video, that we have broken bullish, and we've broken out of this falling wedge, and had a very nice bull flag right here, a nice consolidation, and this has been broken bullish also very clearly, and you can see just very nice movements. Although we are quite extended on the RSI, I think there is still room for upside, of course, and as I mentioned, this also in my latest video, that we most likely will retest this area around like 8.26. Since this high, I mean, it's a clear high, but there are more points of support around 8 to 6, and this is not what I wanted. Pivots. Where are my pivots? Okay, I don't know why they won't show on the top right now, but this is interesting. Well, anyway, so. Yeah, as you can see, this bull flag also has been broken bullish now. This could move into an ascending wedge. I haven't looked at this now, but maybe it could be. Well, yeah, not really. Well, it could, but yeah, it's just basically a bull trend. And if you want to look, or if you want to know whether or not this bull trend will continue, well, you go to the 1 hour and the 4 hour, and then you look at higher lows and lower highs, and as you can see very clearly, our higher lows and lower highs are still continuing and have not broken. So this is still a bull trend, and looks 100% bullish in my opinion. Of course, there's room for some short-term consolidation and a little pullback, since we are quite extended on most time frames. Well, our ADX has been actually declining also since this bull move, so this is interesting. But on these two last candles as well, you can see it actually is starting to go upwards again, so quite interesting. And well, if you want to enter here, then I would look for short-term consolidation and a little pullback to maybe enter around these highs right here, maybe around 9.1. If this actually gets down here, it doesn't have to, of course, but if it does, then, or yeah, around like, yeah, I don't know if it actually will reach below there. We are now, we have on the 4 hour, and also on a daily, I think. No, not really. On the 4 hour, we have a shooting star. On a daily, we actually are just below our recent high. So, well, this is, well, what? This is interesting. well, anyway, yeah. So I would look for a short-term consolidation and enter upon our upon our higher low around like 9.1. So also very bullish, but just a little bit too extended for now in the short term. On the weekly, yeah, our RSI isn't working yet, but also on the weekly, very bullish, a bull flag. So moving on to Charlotte swap holdings, basically very similar. We had a very clear trading range. This reminds me a little bit of Tesla. Of this trading range, very clear, tops and bottoms, some sort of an equilibrium with lower highs and higher lows have been broken right here on this move. Then had a bull flag. I also mentioned this, of course, in my latest video on the USMJ. Bull flag and broken, and then it took out our recent highs right here, consolidated a little bit below them. If you go to the 4 hour, then you can see it also very clear, and I will delete this for now, but very clear for our uptrend with higher lows and lower highs. I would now look again for a higher low to be created, and then you could of course enter, but also here we are quite extended on most time frames, but this looks very healthy, and in my opinion could be entered anytime upon a recent pullback, or if you are looking of course more long term, then this can be entered well anytime basically. And what I want to also mention is that in USMJ, but mostly in the Canadian Marana sector, we are very extended. And I will looking at this of course in another video, but basically on like CRON, CGZ, APHA maybe not so, but quite extended on most time frames and getting into parabolic movement. So I would be cautious on long-term trading on these stocks, but USMJ has now or in most cases broken out of recent highs, maybe quite similar to CRON and CGC, but still is looking a bit healthier than our Canadian stocks, since our Canadian MJ stocks have seen very bullish action over the past years. But while this is CWAP and a very nice retest of our recent highs, and we are now looking for, of course, as you can see, a blue sky breakout, or we are seeing a blue sky breakout, and maybe another higher low to be created, and well, this could be entered also anytime. And this is the 4 hour. If you go to the hourly, then yeah, you can just check by maybe using the 12th and the 26th. They are bouncing off of these moving averages, or prices bouncing off of them, and as you can see very nicely, if this breaks, then we will look at the 26th, and most likely it will hold around this area to create a higher low, also coincide with our recent high right here of 265, 765. But yeah, so also quite bullish on this stock too. And moving on to Jardine Group. Well, this is not too bullish, but since this has been just fading away after 4 very nice trading days, going over 100%, I think, almost around 100% gains. I don't know fundamental reasons. You maybe want to include them if you want to trade this, but I'm just looking at this for now. So yeah, this bullback hasn't happened too, or it hasn't been too significant, so I wouldn't include this in analysis. But what is quite interesting is that we are now in an equilibrium, and you can see this very clear trading range, and we actually had high lows and lower highs. So if we go to hourly, maybe then what you can also see is that we bounced off our lows right here, made higher lows compared to these two. And this is of course a very low traded stock, so you want to be cautious. But yeah, we are now forming a bull flag on the hourly. You can see very clear movement to the upside, recent movement to the upside, bounced off of our line right here around, if I activate our pivots again, maybe it showed, yeah, around 4040. So basically $4 is a very important psychological point, and of course important also on a technical basis right here. So you want to look at this to break, and of course in my opinion this will, since this is a bull flag, and most likely since our sentiment is quite bullish for now, I think this will break to the upside. And where will it go? And most likely to our recent low right here around the 4230, and maybe find then their short-term resistance, see it come back down, retest this area. This would be very nice to retest this area, and then see follow through again and break. Maybe, well, then we still have quite room to go, and most likely somewhere around right here. This isn't too clear, but yeah, just to draw this for good measure. And we will of course draw this green, since this is a bullish move, and draw this green like that. Yeah, so looks very bullish in my opinion. Also not extended on any time frames. If you go to the daily again, then you can see RSI hasn't been active for too long, but this does look very bullish, and of course this is higher low compared to this, so this would indicate a trend change, since we had our high, low, lower high, now our higher low created, and after we break 5.5, then we would look for long-term bullish movement on MJarding group. And well, yeah, as I mentioned, if you want to trade this, you can enter around $4 and most likely see it then move very nicely. Yeah, well, this was MJarding group, and to finish off my analysis, we can look at GDII and the Green Thumb Industries. Also quite nice movement. I didn't call it. Well, I said we most likely will find support around $5, but maybe a bit below. You can see I drew this trend line, and we held very nicely upon it, with also our moving averages coinciding with this support area. So I basically called this equilibrium maybe a little bit too high, but I will be deleting this for now. But you can see it has broken out of it now most likely had a new higher high. If you go to the 4 hour, then yeah, you can see we had higher lower highs and lower lows, and now we are creating a higher high. Most likely we will reach a higher low after this pump. If we don't, then well, this will be a lower high compared to this, and we'll look for more consolidation downside. But I don't think this will happen, and this is more neutral than the other stocks, since we have pulled back quite a little bit, or quite significantly actually, from this high. So this could be playing out over a longer period of time, most likely going into late February and March for any bullish movement. Well, if it doesn't, then well, of course we could just break up from here with like 2, 3, maybe 4 trading candles. If this acts very bullish, if you look at this, well, actually this is a very nice bullish candle. I haven't looked at this. Actually, it's a very, very nice volume. So this is interesting, and maybe this would be an indication that we would, if we just activate our TD sequential, well, this is a 1, so this is interesting. This is a 1, if we actually look for green 2 trading above green 1, then this would be an indication that we actually see quite nice movement on the stock. So maybe my first analysis was wrong, and this is actually quite bullish. So this is interesting. And well, we could see this move back up to right here. Have some quite nice percent gains actually. Yeah, around like 15%. And yeah, so this is very nice actually. In general, the USMJ on these tickers is looking very bullish, and I'm looking for some very nice opportunity, of course. Yeah, so well, if you want to enter on this, well, we can look at the hourly. Then you can see we are creating a bull flag, and I would enter upon breaking. If we just activate our pivots again, hopefully, no, it doesn't show, sadly. Well, anyway, around this right here, our recent high, which is coinciding with this high, and we can draw a horizontal trend line to connect these two. So like this, around this area, around 6.3, I would look for an entry, and well, then I'll look if this doesn't go into an equilibrium, and since we had this very nice trading volume, this actually could. So this would then maybe go back up, and nah, I'll draw this with arrows. Then we can look at it to go up right here, break it, and then maybe look for it to come, maybe not quite break this high, but move back here, retest this area to find support, and then move back up to break our highs or our recent high right here. Just move it a bit below like this, and if we go back to the 4 hour, then this would be our high low, and we would have created a higher low and then a higher high. So this, or since we also already made our high, we are now looking for our higher low to confirm this trend change after we broke our descending channel right here, and then we would look for more long-term gains on green thumb industries. So, well, this has been my video for USMJ. I think some very nice opportunity for you and I, especially on paper trading, of course, if you want to enter trading positions with real money. Well, this is your opinion, and of course, this is not financial advice in any shape or form. And you can read my disclaimer as usual below my videos. And yeah, well, this has been it. Hope you have a very nice rest of your weekend. I'll be going out to a party tonight with some friends. I don't know how you call this in English, but like an opening party of like a flat. Yeah, someone moved in, and a moving in party, maybe you call this, I don't know, but it will be fun. And yeah, see you guys back next time. Bye.